Hello everybody, my name is Insha Sharma and today I am going to read The Dog and His New Master. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves did in freedom. Then things changed. Finally, a dog was born who was unhappy with this way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about all by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than him. He thought over this for a while and then decided that the best thing for him to do would be to become the servant of someone who was the strongest than anyone else on earth. He then set out to find such a master. He walked and walked till he met a kinsman of his. He met a big wolf, strong and fierce. The dog had never seen anyone like this before. Where are you going, dog? Asked the wolf. I am looking for someone to take up my service. With would you like to be my master wolf? Sure, why not? Replied the wolf. And so the two of them went on together. They walked and walked. All of a sudden, the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, trotted off the path into the bushes, and crept deeper into the forest. The dog was very surprised. What's come over you, master? He asked. Why are you so frightened? Can't you see there's a bear out there? Whispered the wolf. It maybe eat us both if we aren't careful. The dog immediately realized that the bear was stronger than the wolf. I have to serve the strongest, he thought to himself. Leaving the wolf, he asked the bear to be his master. The bear was more happy than he he has been ever and agreed. Let's go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cow and then we can both eat to our hearts' content, said the bear. They walked and walked. Soon they saw a herd of cows gathering away. As they were about to pick one of them, they heard a terrifying noise. The cows began to panic, mooing loudly. They started running in all directions. The bear, who had been hiding behind a tree, peeped out. It's a it's the lion, he said in a trembling voice. He rules the forest. Let's run. Who's he? Asked the confused dog. Don't you know he is the strongest beast on earth, the king of the jungle, replied the bear, running away. Well, then I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is the strongest and more fierce than everyone on earth. Off went the dog to the lion. Will you be my master, lion? He asked. The lion agreed, and so the dog served him for a long time. It was a very good life with nothing to complain about, as there was no one strongest and more friar than the lion. No one would dare to touch the dog or offend him in any way. One day, the lion and the dog were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare, bare cliffs. Suddenly, the lion stopped and gave out a loud, angry roar. He struck the ground with such force and a hole formed. Then he began to back away very quietly. The dog was surprised. "What is it, my master?" he asked. "Is anything wrong?" "I smell a man coming this way," the lion replied. "We better run or we will be in trouble." "Oh, well, then I will say goodbye to you. I want a master stronger than anyone on earth," said the dog. And off went the dog to meet his new master. Since then, dogs have stayed with man and served him faithfully. This happened a long time ago. But to this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. Thank you.
My name is Kunika Sharma, and today I am going to read Robin Hood story, 2 pages. Chapter 1, Powerful Traitors. King Richard the Lion-Hearted was wise and fair, and the people of England gave thanks daily for such ruler. It was a happy time in which peace and good order flourished. But such happiness could not last. Listening to his bold heart and his courage, he decided to take an army on a crusade. He was forced to entrust his kingdom to his brother Prince John Lackland. Unfortunately, he was a cruel and treacherous man who was jealous of his brother. He is dressed with was a chance to seize the crown, and he hoped Richard would not come back. Prince John surrounded himself with courtiers who were as evil and greedy as himself. The two most ruthless followers of Prince were Guy of Gisborne, a proud and a powerful lord, and the Sheriff of Nottingham, a corporate and cowardly dwarf, but few others would follow him, and they prayed daily for King Richard's return. Thank you.
Greetings everyone. I'm Janani. Today I'm going to read a story and that is Believe in Yourself. So let's start. Here we go. Here is a person who is very poor. He was born in small farming village in Japan. His family was poor. They all lived in a small house with very little money. When he was only 9 years old, he left his school and started working in a small shop to support his family. He used to get up every day before sunrise, clean the store, run entrance, and then look after the child of his employer. Some years later, Then Silly showed him a new path. He got a job in an electricity company. There, he got interest in light bulbs and sockets. Every night, he started learning and experimenting on his own. One day, he made an improved version of a light socket and all by himself. He got very excited and showed it to his boss. But his boss was not impressed and said, such a product will never work. Even though he was rejected, he believed in himself and his idea. He wanted to do something on his own, start his own company. He asked his friends. They told him he can't do it. He can't leave his permanent job and start his own company. He was no experience with very little money and hardly any education. Still, he believed in himself. So when he turned 22, he took a big decision. He left his stable job and started his own small manufacturing company. He and his wife started manufacturing sockets in their small house. They both went door to door selling it, but no shop owner was interested. They did not get any order. Months passed by, and still they were not able to sell their product. He sold his furniture, borrowed money to survive little longer. Many days he thought, I will give up and go back to my job. But in the morning, as the rain rose, he was out on the street looking for order, surviving. For one more day. Then came a time he was almost bankrupt, and just when he was close to give up his dream, that when a miracle happened in his life. Out of nowhere, he got his first major audit, 1,000 pieces. Now, hundreds years later, the first major order of 1,000 pieces. His company now has over 25,000 employers with annual sale of $65 million. His company products are now sold across the world. All this was made possible by a man with no education, no money, but he had believed in himself. His name was Hunasoko. The company he had started in a small family is now known as across the world as Panasonic. Success does not depend on how we are educated or how you have money. It is upon believing in yourself. I hope so you learned something interesting in my reading topic. Thank you. Always believe in yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Priyanshu from